Good morning, students. It's me, Sudarshan sir. Today we are going to deal with computer science, chapter 8, multimedia with flash. Okay, this is what the unit we are going to deal today. Okay, it will be interesting. You just listen it carefully. Okay. Computer graphics. An important area in computer applications is computer graphics because graphics plays a main role, right? Nowadays mostly every advertisement comes with graphics only. Okay, and in movies we used to see many graphics, so graphics play a main role. Okay. Graphics give visual feedback to the user. By seeing graphics you can easily understand something. If some messages is to be conveyed, if it is in written form, it is little bit difficult to understand, but if it is in visual form, like graphics animations, if it is in visual form, you can easily understand. For example, this photo itself you take, this graphic itself you take, it looks like a girl watching something in her computer. It is not necessary to write a girl watching computer. It is not necessary to write in words. If you see this graphic itself, you can easily understand, right? So that is how graphic is useful. Okay. Computer can generate images, line drawings to 3D animation graphics. Computer nowadays can generate what? It can generate images using computer. You can, I mean, computer means even cell phone is a computer, right? Using cell phone, you can take pictures. So images you can do. You can draw some diagrams. You can do some graphics using these computers. Everything can be done, right? Okay. Remember one thing: cell phone is also a mini computer only. Okay. Applications of graphics. The ability of computer to handle complex 3D images has led to their use for many engineering and design applications. You can easily do animations. You can generate few 3D images, everything, right? If so, you can do that. It will be very convenient for engineers, right? Yeah, that's it. That is what they said. The ability of computer to handle complex 3D images has led to their use for many engineering and design applications. Since it is very easy to generate 3D images, it will be very helpful for engineers and designers. Okay. A big aircraft can be designed in a computer before manufacturing processes started. It is obvious. Before starting an airport, if you want to construct an airport, else if you want to construct an aeroplane, one big aeroplane, before constructing in real life, you can design it in a computer. Okay, and check whether all the parts of an aeroplane is properly placed, and you can check whether the aeroplane can withstand any climate changes. Everything nowadays, everything is possible to check with this computer. That is how computer graphics plays a major role. Okay, even automobiles are designed on computer, bikes can be designed in computer, cars can be designed in computer, each and every parts can be designed in computer, and you can view inside, outside, upside, downside, everything is possible using graphics. Okay, it can be done in computer. Okay, and then if everything is okay, you can start constructing in the real time. Okay. Huge buildings are designed on computers. Even buildings are designed on computer. Before constructing a real life building, you can construct in a computer, and you can check whether the design is good. You can check whether the window is good, door is good, inside part is good, outside part is good. Everything is possible. These design can also be tested for possible effects of earthquake and atmospheric change. Even that is possible. Even there are few softwares using graphical softwares. Using that softwares, you can easily test whether what will happen if earthquake comes, and if suddenly rains, what will happen? If suddenly a large amount of air pressure comes, what will happen? Everything you can easily check out with the help of softwares alone. Okay, graphical softwares. Okay. Architectural engineers are especially benefited through this advancement in computer technology. Who is very benefited through this? Architectural engineers, building constructors, architectural engineers, they are highly, especially they are benefited with this. Okay. Till now what we saw, how graphics play a major role we saw. Now we will see how these graphics are stored in a computer. Okay. Picture, it is also a graphics, right? Okay. Pictures are stored and processed in a computer memory by two methods: raster graphics, vector graphics. Okay, okay. Raster graphics maintain an image as independently controlled dots. See, this is raster graphics and this is vector graphics. Raster graphics maintain an image as independently controlled dots. This is similar to the way how pictures are printed. And for example, if you have newspaper in your home, take the newspaper and check whether any diagram is there in the newspaper. If a diagram is there in the newspaper, take a lens. If you have alone, don't disturb your parents or ask them to buy. If you have lens, just see through the lens. Automatically you can see lots of dots like structure. You can if you see clearly, you can see lots of dot like structures will be visible in that diagram. Okay, okay. Because an image is stored in that newspaper, image is stored in that newspaper as independently controlled dots. Okay, because an image is maintained in that newspaper by independently controlled dots. Okay, okay. For example, there will be many dots in the paper. Okay, for example, okay, many dots in that picture area. Above the dots only, this diagram will be visible. About that dots only, by connecting those dots only, this diagram will be visible. Okay, that is how the picture is visible in a newspaper. Meanwhile, the same concept is followed in the computer also. Same concept is followed in the computer also. Okay, in this computer, this is a monitor. This is monitor. Here lots of small dots only forms a monitor. These small dots are called as pixels. Pixels, pixels. In this pixels only, for example, if you see this diagram in this pixel, if you see this in this if you see this diagram in the screen, these structure is connected with the help of pixels only. Visible to you as a leaf, but it is interconnected of small dots only. Okay, with the help of those dots only, it is interconnected and it looks like a leaf. For example, you're displaying your picture in this screensaver. It is also same concept only. There will be many pixels in this computer. The combination of pixels will display your image. They will display your picture. Okay, okay, that is how. Okay, okay. Each and every computer monitor will have pixel. Computer monitor is made up of pixels only, dots like pixels. It will be very small, like small dots, like it will be there, dots like pixels. In that pixels only, all the images are displayed. Okay, okay. So in this pixel, if the image is displayed, then what is it called? It is called raster graphics. It's a graphics. What graphic it is? Raster graphics. Okay, there is one more graphic which is called vector graphic. Okay, okay. Vector graphics maintain an image as collection of points, lines and arc. So even if you zoom, it will look like the same. It will not look like dots here. Here it will look like dots. In this, it will not look like dots. It will look like a normal image even if you zoom. Okay, for example, they have given this. Okay, okay, vector graphics. But vector graphics is not a very famous method. Raster graphics is most popular graphics method. Okay, in raster graphic only, even this computer runs, even your computer runs. Okay, okay. Small dots that makes a raster images are actually pixels. Okay, now you understood the difference between raster and vector graphics, right? Okay, that's it. Very good. Okay, raster graphic means it will be of many pixels. Connection of pixels will display a picture, right? Okay, okay. Then okay, now you saw what is graphics, and you know a computer screen will have pixels. Okay, everything is okay. Now we'll see little more explanation about pixel. Okay, okay. Pixels, each and every, I told no, many pixels will be there in a screen. Now we'll see about pixel. Okay, total number of pixel in the monitor determines how sharp the image is. In this monitor, there is lot of pixels. If the pixels are more, the image will be very good. If the pixel is less, the image will not be very good. Okay, okay. To be very clear, if you download a movie or a video from internet, it will ask you whether to download 1080 pixel or 720 pixel. So if you give 1080 pixel, the video clarity will be good, right? Have you noticed it? If you give download just 720 pixel compared to the 1080 pixel, 720 pixel will be a little less, right? If you have noticed down clearly, you will easily understand. Okay. Okay, now take about your cell phone camera. While you buy a cell phone, they will tell you, right, it is 32 megapixel camera, 64 megapixel camera, 108 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel camera, like that they used to say, right? Okay, that is what pixel deals with that. Okay, if it is just 8 megapixel, the camera clarity will be less. If it is 32 megapixel, camera clarity will be very good. If it is 64 megapixel, camera clarity will be very, very good, like that. Okay, like that. You have 108 megapixel also. In some MI mobiles you have 108 megapixel. Then you think how the camera clarity will be. Okay, if the pixel is high, the clarity of the image will be high. If the pixel is low, the clarity of the image will be low. That's it. Okay. Means the number of pixel decides the resolution. There is something, one more word called resolution. Resolution means what? How good the image is. If the pixel is high, the camera clarity will be high, the picture clarity will be high. If the pixel is high, the picture clarity will be high, means resolution will be high. Instead of the word clarity, they have used a resolution, like that. That's it. Okay, okay. Number of pixel on the screen decides the resolution. If the computer has more number of pixel, automatically the clarity will be high, which is nothing but resolution is good. Okay, if the pixel in a computer is less, automatically the clarity of the picture will be less, which is nothing but low resolution picture. Okay, okay, that's it. Okay, I hope you understand. If you didn't understand clearly, no issues, just backward the video a little before and hear one more time, so that you can easily understand. Beyond that, if you have any doubt, you can text me. Okay, okay. And what is multimedia? The combination of video, audio, animation are called as multimedia. Till now you saw about graphics. Okay, graphics and pixels you saw. Graphics and pixels you saw. Okay, now we are going to see a different topic, multimedia. It is not totally different. Multimedia, in multimedia, graphic will be one of the part. That's what till now we saw, but keep it aside, think it as a fresh topic. Okay, okay. Multimedia, that is what we are going to see. Okay, what is multimedia? The combination of video, audio and animation are called as multimedia. What is multimedia? The combination of video, you're seeing a video in your computer, right? That one. Audio, you're hearing some audios, right? That one. Animation, till now what we learned about animation, right? Movie animation, those animations, even screensaver is animation, picture is animation, all those animations, all these combinations together form as multimedia. Time I will say clearly, you listen. Multimedia means many media. Multimedia means many media. Video is a media, audio is a media, this animation is a media. The combination of all media is called multimedia. That's all. Okay, okay. Multimedia is the usage of more than one kind of medium to present facts, ideas and information. Yeah, that's what I'll told now. More than one kind of medium, more than one medium. For example, combination of 2 or 3 medium, video, audio, animation, everything. Okay, forms multimedia. Okay, okay. Multimedia is the usage of more than one kind of medium to present facts, ideas and information. Why we are using multimedia? To present some ideas, to present some information. Okay, using multimedia we will present some information to the people. Okay, this includes use of text, graphic, sound, visual animation, color effect, and movies. Everything comes under multimedia, not only video, audio, all other things like text what we write, graphics that we already saw, sound that also in audio we saw, visual animations that also we saw, color effects, giving some color effects, and the movies, some movies what you see, everything comes under multimedia. Same thing only they have explained once again. Everything comes under multimedia only. Many media, many thing combined together is called multimedia. Okay. By doing all these things, what you'll do, you will convey some information, that's all. Okay, the multimedia incorporates all that you are already doing. You're already seeing movie, you're already texting to someone, you're already seeing some animation. You itself have done some animation, for example logo software, LOGO logo software, in your younger class you did some animation. Everything comes under multimedia. Okay, I told all this combination is multimedia, but where we will mostly we will combine all these things and where we will use, while presenting some topics only we will use. For example, you have something called PowerPoint presentation, right? You could have learnt in your lower classes, PPT, PowerPoint presentation. In that PowerPoint presentation, what you will do now, you will add some image, you will add some text, you can add some audio, sound effects. Okay, you can add some video, everything you can add in that, and you can present some ideas to some other. To be clear, once again I'll say, you listen. For example, if your teacher asks you to do some project, what you will do, you will open this PowerPoint presentation. In that PowerPoint presentation, for what topic you are going to talk, in that topic you will add some video, you will add some audio, you will give some picture, you will write some you will type some messages, nothing but text, so it will be combination of everything, video, audio, picture, text, everything, right? And finally you will go to your teacher and you will present to your teacher. So everything is combined here, audio, video, picture, photo, everything is combined here. So this is called multimedia presentation. So this presentation, so you're presenting it, right? So this presentation is called multimedia presentation. Okay, that's it. Okay. Till now we saw what is multimedia. Now we are going to see why we are using multimedia. Okay. People have different learning style. Okay, people have different learning style. Some remember what they have heard, others remember what they have seen, few others remember what they have read. Okay, few people will remember. For example, if for example you think like this, if your teacher teaching something to you, okay, if I am just orally teaching to you, few can understand through the wordings alone, but few others will not be interested to hear the wordings alone. So few others need some pictures like this. Okay, so by seeing this picture and if we explain now, they will easily understand. Few others will not just understand by what I say and what they see in the picture. They want to read, only then they will understand. So for all these type of people we are going for multimedia. So what happens in, if you do all this in this presentation, few will understand by seeing that video itself, few will understand by seeing that photo itself, few will understand by hearing that voice in this multimedia itself, few will understand by reading the concepts. So for different type of people's understanding, this will be an apt solution. Okay, that's how multimedia plays a major role. Okay, that is why over last few years the use of multimedia in training, business and education has proved to be very successful. In last few years, which has been very successful, multimedia, the concept multimedia has been very successful. In what sectors? In business sectors, education sectors, like that. Okay. Till why multimedia, it is enough. If this we will stop this class. Okay, and next class we will continue with the why topic, what has made multimedia possible. From the topic we will see in the next class. That's it, students. By the next class you will have practical also. I will take this topic and I will give a link for this practical. Okay, that's all. Now by this class till why multimedia, that is enough. Okay students, take care, have a nice day. So today your homework is nothing but very simple. Read chapter multimedia. That's all. Read chapter multimedia. If you read once, no, you will understand little bit clearly. That's it, students. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.